On this edition of Around BCC, students who drop out of high school or are underserved can get their education through the Gateway to College program. It's been smooth sailing thus far for the construction projects at the Fall River campus, and students share their thoughts after completing the first semester of the year. Welcome to Around BCC. I'm Keith Tebow. I hope you all had a great holiday season, and we're wishing you all the best as we begin 2015. Classes here at Bristol Community College are actually on winter break. Spring classes 2015 will start later on this month. BCC has always been successful in not only providing opportunities for traditional students who graduate high school and moving on to their college career, but they're also working hard to provide opportunities for students who may have fallen through the cracks or non-traditional adult students returning to college. We're going to focus on one of those populations today. BCC's Gateway to College program is a program where students who are either dropped out of high school or are struggling in high school can get assistance from BCC to earn their degree and hopefully go on to a successful college career. We'll be focusing on Gateway to College as we begin this month's show. I have 4 guests this month. To my immediate right is Cheryl Sclar. She is a resource specialist for the Gateway to College program. And 3 students currently in the program, Joshua Powell, Alan Miller, and Kendra Joseph. Thank you all for joining us, and Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Cheryl, let me start with you. The Gateway program at BCC has been here for how long?
We're going into our 3rd year.
3rd year. For people who don't know what it's about, just summarize how it works and how BCC reaches out to work with students to get back to school and get back on track academically.
Basically, what the program does, it allows students the opportunity to go to school in an alternative arena, smaller classrooms, more individualized attention, so they can basically rise to their potential. They're able to get college credits, so in a sense it's also college prep and their high school credits at the same time.
Mm-hmm. So these are students who may have dropped out of high school, but in the case of our 3 students here, they were just struggling a bit, needed a little help, and are part of our program instead of actually still going to high school. Is that correct, Cheryl?
Yes. The 3 students that you see next to me are exceptionally bright students that have basically encountered many obstacles, whether in the classroom or also at home in the community as well. So what we do is we provide an arena for them so that they can come in where they might see their guidance counselor at the high school a couple of times a week. They meet with their guidance counselor, basically, myself and Eva Brito, as many times during the day as they need to. They have that ongoing support, also in a community, kind of like a learning community, if you will, where they, and especially in the first semester, they take all their classes with the same students every day. We are in constant contact with their foundation semester professors, who are college professors that have committed themselves to our program. So we have that consistent communication that they need in order to foster the development.
Now, how is the program funded, and what is our service area in terms of identifying students to take part?
It is Gateway to College is a national program. Mm-hmm. It is based out of Portland, Oregon. It is the Gateway to College National Network. We receive our funding from the school system as well as other areas. As far as targeting our students, they will be referred from their guidance counselors. They might come to us from the community, referred to by perhaps even Department of Children's Services, probation department, and often we get students who refer other students.
Mm-hmm. So right now the Gateway program is located here at the Fall River campus.
Yes.
And what communities do we reach out to?
We reach out to, obviously, Fall River Public Schools. We work with Durfee High School and RPS. We are now working, we're in our 3rd semester with Dartmouth Public Schools, and next semester we are also welcoming Old Rochester Regional.
So it's good, ever growing.
It is ever growing, absolutely.
And unfortunately the need is there. So any way we can help out.
Absolutely, and we find that the more the word gets out, the more students get excited about the program, and we're very excited about the direction that we're going in.
Yeah, let me talk to the students for a moment. I'm going to start with Joshua. He's the closest. Yeah. Joshua, talk a little bit about your experience with Gateway, maybe some of the issues you were facing in high school, and how has Gateway helped you to succeed and move forward?
Basically, Gateway helped me like academically. Like I felt like the classrooms I was in was a little too immature for me. So I feel like I needed a different environment. So when I came here, things started looking better. Like I'm on the honor roll, you know, making way better grades than I was when I was in high school. And it's basically, when I was there, it wasn't the right fit for me. I felt like I was falling. So when I heard about the program, I was sat into what you call it? I sat down with Eva and Cheryl and Eva, I'm sorry. But basically we was just talking about how it can benefit us, basically by getting high school credits and college credits at the same time. So it seemed like a way out for me, a better way to finish high school.
You say you're on the honor roll now.
Yes.
How are the classes? I know it's a pretty rigorous day. You're here pretty much all day during the week. So how are the classes different? How do you find them different, and how have they benefited you?
Basically, it's not like people are more focused on the professor than rather people are talking to each other. So you know how high school kids always want to talk to each other, talk to their friends, but when you're sitting in a college class, it's more so you have to focus on what the professor's saying, because if you don't, you'll miss things. So I feel like it's a more quieter environment, and I get to think and I get to prosper more.
What do you hope to do after Gateway? You hope to stay at college, hopefully stay at BCC to earn a college degree?
I'm gonna stay at BCC until I get my associates, and then I'm gonna transfer.
What are you interested in doing?
Business management, basically dealing with math, major in math, so it's awesome.
You good at it? Good
Yes.
at math? Good for you. All right, Alan, let me ask you the same question. What were your circumstances before you got here, and how has Gateway helped?
Well, kind of like Josh said, being at Durfee wasn't great for me because it was so immature. Every chance somebody gets, it's just something obnoxious or something. So once I heard that Gateway to college was a great program that offered not only high school credits but college credits at the same time, I didn't really feel like it would be smart to turn that down. I mean, I walk around all the time and I see people just that don't go to school. And I ask myself, and I ask them too, why not go to school? And they're around the same age as I am, some of them going in and out of jail, and this place really keeps you with a great mind frame. And we don't only have the tools here, they don't only provide us with like tools to help us get our work done, but we have amazing counselors that actually care and that'll sit down with you for as long as you need to talk out or to help you out with your issues, whether it's in school or at home. You know, this is a great environment for somebody that actually wants to be something or do something with their life. This is a great environment for them to be.
Let me ask you, does the physical atmosphere of a college campus make a difference? Because it's not, you know, there's a lot of students here, probably as many, if not more, than what you see at Durfee, but the atmosphere, the physical atmosphere is different. Is that?
I would say yes, because when I'm here, I feel a lot better than when I was at Durfee. Just being able to walk over to the reflection pool alone and just take a breath and just look out into the water is just refreshing. You know, if you're stressed, there's places on campus you can go and just sit down, you know, just have fun. Not just fun, but do your work.
Right.
I mean,
let me ask you, Alan, what do you hope to do after Gateway? Do you hope to continue your education, and what are you interested in studying?
Definitely. I would never, education isn't limited. I feel like you should take as much as you can, you know. But after, I do want to continue in college, but one day, hopefully, I'm an entrepreneur. Maybe I'm in the music industry. I would love to, but I would focus on mainly, I want to help somebody. I want to help someone. But I want to help to get more people into this program because it helped me. I know it's going to help somebody else.
Right. All right, Kendra, your turn. What led you to come to Gateway, and how are you making out here?
What led me to come to Gateway was that I felt like I wasn't placed properly in the environment where I should have. Like I needed more of a challenge, and where I was put, because I went to RPS, the Durfee Alternative, so where I was put wasn't giving me like more of a challenge, and the people who went to the school were very immature, and it's like, why are you going to put me in a school where you know I'm very smart and you see I'm trying to progress, but with a school of of people who are like just always fooling around and like never want to get anything done, and just like, I don't know, it just feels like me coming to Gateway has brought me a step closer to where I want to be, instead of just going to high school, getting your high school diploma, having to fill out college applications and waiting to get accepted, and you finally get accepted and figuring out how you're going to pay for it all. Why not take this free opportunity to earn high school credits and college credits at the same time and then progress on afterwards?
Now, what do you hope to do after Gateway? Do you hope to stay in college, and what are your interests?
After Gateway, I plan to stay here for 4 more years and then do 3 years at a different school because I want to become a lawyer.
Very good.
So I'll do 3 years at a different law school.
Very good. You know, Cheryl, one of the things that is important to note is, in many instances, and this is probably an opinion of mine, in many instances, what these 3 students are facing may not necessarily be a problem with the local public schools. It could be just a numbers issue. It could be just that they're so overwhelmed as well that maybe identifying students here with Gateway maybe take some pressure off the school as well. I mean, you know, they're all saying some things about things they're not getting in the public schools. It's not an indictment of the public schools.
Right.
It's just the way that they operate.
Absolutely. The way we look at it is each one of our young people, they're individuals. They're coming to us for their own issues. Being an adolescent is hard enough.
Right.
When you're in a position where you have so much going on, you're in a school that is very, very large. Sometimes you feel like you're lost. And then when you feel as though you don't know who to reach out to, and then you get so caught up and you forget to reach out. I think that one of the things that enables these 3 young people in front of you, as well as the rest of our students, to do so well is the fact that they know that they are never alone. Mm-hmm. And the fact that every classroom that they're in, especially in the first semester, in the second semester and the third, we try to place them with other students as well, especially the second semester, but they are never alone. They have never there's not a feeling that they are falling through the cracks or being overlooked. Who is my guidance counselor? They check in with us every morning, and they check in with us every afternoon, and when they're not in with us, we're checking in with them.
Right. Now, you all, was the fall semester your first semester?
Yes.
So far you obviously enjoy and benefit of what you've got, so you're going to keep moving forward in the second semester. Cheryl, let me just ask you.
Actually, that's...
No?
I'm in the second semester.
Yes, so the fall was your second semester.
Right.
Yes.
Alan and Kendra are both completing their second semester right now. They're both about to enter their third.
Okay.
And this is Josh's first semester.
So, okay. Glad we got that straight. Cheryl, let me ask you, as you said, the program's been here for 3 years?
Yes, yes.
So how many success stories can we say in terms of students who have gotten through? Do we have any numbers? I'm putting you on the spot here, but approximately.
With numbers, I can give you specific success stories. Right now we have one young man who graduated from Bristol Community College, got his high school diploma through us, through Gateway, graduated, and he is now at Fitchburg State College studying accounting.
I like to hear that. I'm a grad of Fitchburg State University.
Our own intern, oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Our own intern, Ashley, she graduated from the program, and she's about to graduate this semester from Bristol Community College, and she is actually moving to New York. Today is her last day with us. And Ashley has been our intern, working with our young people, being a mentor, and running what we call our Academic Fridays, where all the students in the foundation semester come in and they get added support on Fridays. So those are right there, 2 great. We have Gateway to College alumni running around this campus right now, registering for next semester. Right. Some have taken a semester off. It's really exciting for us because they come running into the office and we go, wait, oh my gosh. And they're registering for college, or they're actually entering their second and third semester of college. And it's really amazing to watch them grow.
Now, is there a limit to the number of new students you can take in per semester?
I would say no.
Okay.
We bring in one foundation's cohort, perhaps 2.
Okay.
If we have the numbers to make 2 cohorts, that's a great thing. We go up to 24 for our cohort. So if we end up with more than 24 students, certainly we will open up for a second cohort. Okay. We will not want to turn a student away because of numbers.
Now, it's a combination of the college working with the school systems, but you may also get some external feedback saying, hey, my student may be able to fit into this program as well.
Absolutely.
Okay. And if people have any questions on whether maybe a parent may be watching this, and classes begin January 21st, I believe,
Yes.
for the spring semester. How can they contact the office?
They can contact us by calling the college number, which is 508-678-2811. Our extension for Gateway is 2557. They can also come to the college. Eva and I can be found in the G building, the Student Activities building, in G214. We have an open door policy. We would love to see anybody who has a question. We're willing to talk to anyone.
And probably the most important thing about this whole program, which we failed to mention, is the Gateway to College program for these students are free.
Yes, they are.
That's an important part of this, where they're getting not only their high school education, but a leg up into college. So, Cheryl, Joshua, Alan, Kendra, thank you for joining us again. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Great success for the spring semester, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us.
We'll have more of Around BCC right after this. Welcome back. It's been 6 months or so since ground was broken on the Sprague Health and Science building at the Fall River campus. And for the most part, the project is progressing smoothly. Students, faculty, and staff adapted quickly to the disruption that is the construction of the Sprague Health and Science building as the exterior of the building takes shape. Vice President of Administration Steve Kenyon says thus far, the building is on time and on budget.
The underground work, the utility work is mostly done. The sewer lines, the steam lines, the electrical, all that's done and buried back under the earth. And the foundation is nearing completion. They should be done with the foundation in another month or so. And by February, we should all be seeing some steel brought in.
Much has been made of the new building's sustainability and its net zero impact on the environment.
I think it's a great recognition for the college to be a leader in the sustainable design of a building that is typically uses so much energy because of the science labs and health labs that are in it. And, you know, we've been recognized most recently by Governor Patrick with a Leading by Example award that the president received up in Boston a couple of weeks ago. But we've also been asked to speak at a Boston National Conference, you know, about sustainability and about our project. We are a finalist for a Bellwether Award, a higher education award that we'll be presenting in January. And we've also been asked to speak in Chicago about this particular project. So it's really gathered a lot of national attention.
You can follow the progress of the construction of the Sprague building by visiting bristolcc.edu/new building. Also, the college's solar carport project is moving ahead as scheduled, with completion slated for early February. Over the last 2 years, we have followed the work of BCC as it sought reaccreditation. The college recently received notification from the New England Association of Schools and Colleges that indeed it has been continued in accreditation. The organization also scheduled the college's next comprehensive evaluation for the spring of 2024. It's time for another profile of a successful BCC alum. This month, we talked to a man who we first profiled some years ago, who continues to make a positive impact in the city of New Bedford.
Hi, I'm Jim Mathes, Bristol Community College class of 1983. I grew up in the Sierra Nevada mountains in Northern California, a very small town in a very rural county, town of Quincy, California. As a kid growing up, I was most interested in sports. I played football, basketball, and baseball, and I was interested in dating. And in order to do those two things, I had to at least get passing grades in school. But I really wasn't a great student, and frankly, at that time, I didn't have a lot of confidence in myself as a student. Like I said, I did enough so that I got by, so that I graduated from high school. At that point, I joined the Navy, and I think it was probably one of the best things, one of those defining moments in my life. I knew I was going to leave the Navy. I was married, had 2 children at that time, and 9.5 years in the Navy, and when the orders came in for me to leave recruiting duty and go back to sea on a submarine, it was different because now I was married, now I had a son and a brand new daughter. I made a decision to, at that point, to sign up for Bristol Community College, evening classes, while I was looking for a job. I enjoyed that first class, and I found that I had really focused and paid attention and took good notes. After a couple of classes, took the first test and I aced it, which surprised me, and then ultimately ended up actually acing that class. Shortly after I started at BCC, I had the good fortune to be hired as the executive director of junior achievement in New Bedford. And as I was progressing through getting the associate's degree while working full-time at junior achievement, the knowledge that I was gaining as a business career student, I was bringing back into my office every day. And I found that it was, much of it was directly applicable. I was able to use what I was learning right there on the job. Shortly after I graduated, I had the good fortune to get hired and become the president of the New Bedford Area Chamber of Commerce, a job that I did for a little over 22 years. As a chamber, we took a look at the kinds of things that are appropriate for that organization to become involved in, and we found that mentoring was one of the most effective dropout prevention strategies. After a lot of discussion, a lot of meetings, some focus groups, some research, we piloted a program with the help of a number of other individuals and organizations in the community, and started what's known as the SMILES mentoring program. The gentleman from the foundation, when he was asking me who was going to run this new nonprofit, we had developed a job description, a process for conducting a search, and he just looked at me and said, how about you? Denison Memorial Community Center, the best way I describe it is it's like a boys and girls club in most ways. It's just, it's not affiliated with the National Boys and Girls Club organization. It's been independent for a very long time. But the organization itself, I believe, is over 160 years old. I absolutely love it. The energy in the building, when the kids come in and interacting with them, and in particular seeing my 2 colleagues I've known them for a long time and known of the work they've done. Now I get to see it every day. For those who are like me and who just didn't have a lot of faith in their ability to learn, I think thousands of them like me have gone to that school and have found that they can. And you take that first class and you have that measure of success, and you're teaching yourself what you really are capable of doing when you start to apply yourself.
As we mentioned at the beginning of the show, the spring 2015 semester begins later this month. In our student-to-student segment, Denise Pumaguaye had the opportunity to speak with students on what they learned during the fall semester and what they'll take with them into the spring.
Hi, and welcome to Student to Student. The spring semester will start very soon, and if you're wondering what can you do to have a successful semester, then wonder no more. We looked for advice from fellow students, and here are some of the tips they shared based on their experiences here at BCC.
Focus on school and make sure that you have a plan to do homework and to study, because this semester was really tough for me because I didn't think about the way I was able to juggle my 2 jobs and school and friends and everything else. So really just focus on school and just go for it. You can do this.
Get involved. Clubs, meetings, advisement center, writing center, whatever. Get involved and stay involved. I cannot stress enough how much of a help that will be for your experience here. There are good people here. You just need to know where to look, and you just have the courage to look in the first place. So get involved and stay involved.
I would help other people out. They'll help you out a lot more if you help them out, just even once.
Making a plan for study time or doing your homeworks, to join a club or getting involved, to helping others or seeking help, just remember that if you study hard and you try your best, you will have a successful semester.
Don't get behind on your work. Always do your work. As soon as you try to get on it, because it's gonna pile up and you're gonna regret it. And you should always try to go and get help. If you need help, get help. There's like places around here and like you get services to get help for that. So definitely do that.
Join a club. There are a lot of fun clubs on campus, and if you just work all the time, like do all your schoolwork all the time, and you don't have any fun at school, it's not a good college experience that way.
Really join in outside activities.
You know, really
make a lot of new friends that way.
Make your experience more than just academics. I think that's the most important part.
Whether you're a new student or a returning student, just keep in mind to enjoy your journey here at BCC. This is Denise Pomaguaye in my last installment for Student to Student. Thank you to the FRC Media team for all of your help and support throughout the semester. I wish everybody an awesome semester.
On Monday, January 19th, BCC will hold the 15th annual Martin Luther King Jr. Community Breakfast beginning at 8:30 a.m. at the Fall River campus. This year's keynote address will be offered by oral history practitioner and community activist Amina Pilgrim, assistant professor of Africana Studies at UMass Boston. As in the past, the event will celebrate the work of local school children who took part in the poster and essay contests, and musical performances will be handled by the youth group Music One. The BCC men's and women's basketball teams have gotten off to a very impressive start. At the holiday break, the men sit at 7-4 overall and 7-1 within their division. The Lady Bees have a 4-3 division record and an overall mark of 4-7. Both teams get back to the hard court later this month. That's all for Around BCC for this month. BCC recently completed its One Book project featuring the book I Am Malala. We leave you with highlights from the Middle Eastern fashion show held in conjunction with the One Book project held at the Fall River campus last month. I'm Keith Tebow. Thanks for watching.